All right, so you may have noticed a dip in NBA card prices in December around the Christmas holiday and New Year's, but you're starting to see card prices rise just a little bit in the ultra modern card world. And what I want to do right now is walk you through my top NBA buys down the stretch, meaning, let's define that. Let's define, what do I mean by top NBA buys down the stretch? I mean, in the window that we're in right now, which is basically January, February 2022, all the way through the championship series in June, July, whose cards will rise the most between now and then? And I'm going to stick to a few different top 10 NBA players, and let's analyze their cards, because sometimes the best investments are right under our noses. And so I've written about quite a few of these guys in the Sports Card Investment Report at nooffseason.com/invest. But I'm going to break down for you right now who I am excited about as I did my research for the investment report. Here are a few things that I noticed. So the first guy we're going to talk about is Giannis Antentacumpo. He happens to be my favorite player, and I was avoiding buying Giannis for a while because of the huge spike after he won the championship. I didn't want to buy in. But what I did notice is that there are both some low-end and high-end cards right now that are worth investing in for Giannis. And so the low-end card right now, I think the play that can be made is his 2013 Hoops Base PSA 10 is up 28%. So there's a huge market for it. And as the Bucks continue to win games and make another championship run, Giannis is definitely going to see a rise in card prices during that run. There will be pockets where it'll dip, but there will be more pockets where it will rise. And you should be able to time that based on where the Bucks are in the season and how they are playing and what the results of their most recent games are. But if you look at the SGC 10 of the exact same card, you see that it hasn't sold as often, but it has dipped in its most recent comp, according to Market Movers, where you can go and save 20% using the promo code NOOFFSEASON, is actually $333. So basically, this is the same card, right? An SGC 10 and a PSA 10 are basically the same card. They just happen to be graded by different grading companies, and one has a higher resale market value than the other. So a PSA 10 current price is $550, while a SGC 10's current price is $333. If you are able to do some research and find yourself an SGC 10 for under $350, I can basically promise you that the value of that card is going to increase significantly between February 2022 and July 2022. And I think there's a play to be made on the low-end Giannis market. Now, on the high-end Giannis market, I think there's some plays to be made as well. You can find his Gem Mint rookie autos in most cases for between $1,000 and $2,000. Now, this one in particular is a BGS slabbed, and you can see it has his old auto on it. Now, he's since kind of changed his signature. This is a sticker auto, but it's his old auto, which I think will play a role in long-term resale value. And you can see right here, you can make an offer. And you can see this one's listed pretty high. I think if you made an offer for say $1,250 instead of $1,750, you could probably cop this one from this seller. The Panini Crusade Apprentice auto with the RC logo on it. It is basically a true gem mint, because what you have is you have the average of 495 grades coming together. Centering, edges, corners, and surface are going to average out to the true gem mint 9.5, and then a Beckett 10 auto. So I really like cards like this for Giannis as well on the high-end market. Now, another guy, as I was doing my research and updating the Sports Card Investment Report, AD. AD is a guy who, as of this recording, is injured. He's out. He's likely to come back before the playoffs, but there is some uncertainty behind his injury status. So this actually, his cards were down, and they're going to go down even further because of the injury. He's going to be forgotten about. It's going to be LeBron's team. Everyone's going to be looking towards LeBron's cards. But let's not forget, AD is going to be the key. If the Lakers are to win a championship this year, AD is going to be the key because he is going to be the guy that is going to have to take on a guy like Giannis in the finals. He's going to have to be a guy that takes on a guy like Jokic and, other big men out west. So I think that AD's cards are definitely worth looking at buying right now. On the low end, you've got his most frequently transacted card, and I think sometimes that's important to look at when you're looking at guys that go back to 2012 for rookies, is they've got a lot of different rookies. Some of them are not as familiar to the more modern investor and flipper. So I think it's important to try to pick a familiar one. And even though Hoops is not a premium brand, it is a familiar looking card. And it is a draft day card, considered a pro uniform, even though he's not technically in a uniform, but he's got his New Orleans Hornets gear on. And this card is down. So it is down 11% over the last 30 days. And you can see in the recent sales, it's even down from a sale just a few days ago, 135. Then there's a sale 2 days after that for 75 on the same card. So there's a lot of room to buy this card for under $100 and then immediately see it go up to around $200. So I really, really like the AD 2012 Hoops base PSA 10. And then on the higher end of the spectrum, the same card, but an auto, a Gem Mint BGS 9510 auto, you can make an offer. It's or you can buy it, you can bin it, buy it now for $800, or you can make an offer, maybe make an offer for like, I don't know, $719, $699. See if you can make an offer and get into negotiations with sellers for cards like this where you actually get the graded version. So there's some AD. Another one I really like is his Prism Rookie, 2012 Prism Rookie Auto. This is a PSA 9. So you're going to pay more, obviously, but these are affordable, attainable cards that should go up in value as AD returns from injury, especially if the Lakers continue to stay in the playoff hunt without him. I think he is definitely an investable guy. And even if it doesn't work out this year, here's the other thing I like about Giannis and AD and the guys that are in this list. Even if it doesn't work out this year, you're talking about a top 10 NBA player when he's healthy. Top 10. AD, Giannis. Now the next guy, top 10 when healthy, Kawhi Leonard. Now with Paul George being injured, there's some doubt as to whether or not Kawhi will even come back this year. But the good news is he's probably going to be healthy enough to come back. And if Paul George does come back, we could see a return from Kawhi for the Clippers to make a run at the playoffs and Western Conference Finals and even a run at the NBA Finals. So we all know that the Clippers actually beat the Jazz last year in the playoffs without Kawhi. And so you got to figure that his cards are worth looking at because as he gets healthy, whether or not Paul George comes back and whether or not Kawhi comes back this year, his cards are pretty much at what looks to be an all-time low, or at least a floor within the last couple of years as the market has exploded. So I want to point out, I want to sift through a lot of stuff here with Kawhi because Kawhi has kind of 2 rookie years. And the reason why I believe is because you had licenses switch hands from probably Topps to Panini, and there was kind of a year gap. There appears to be a year gap where there's like a true rookie card for Kawhi with a pro uniform. So if you check out the sports card investment report at nooffseason.com, there's a kind of a full write-up on that, but I'm gonna just kind of cut through and say this one I found, this 2012 Innovation Rookie View is what it's called. It's obviously a Panini card, and it's a true rookie. It has the rookie card logo, which I think is, that's something that everyone's looking for, right? Especially new people coming into the hobby and more modern collectors. They're going to want to see that rookie card logo. Now, this is one of the only ones that I've seen with a designation for Kawhi. It might even be the only one with a rookie card designation logo on it. Now, the most recent sales were back in November, around $105 average sale in a PSA 9. If you can find this and buy it in a PSA 10, my guess is that the price is going to be around $350, maybe $300. I think this card would be a great buy. You also have his Hoops rookie, and the Hoops rookie is probably one of his more recognizable cards. I would avoid any of the cards for Kawhi in a Raptors or Clippers uniform. They're obviously non-rookies, and they're just not as investable. I don't really care about parallels. I know some people do. I think those are just riskier and harder to sell. If you're going to PC Kawhi and you like those cards, great. But I just don't see them as investments. But when you get to his 2012 Panini base or his 2012 Hoops base, which I'm about to pull up here in a second, you can see that this is one of the more frequently transacted Kawhi cards. And just this week, recording this podcast in the last week, it's sold a few times. And so for under $75, you can get it in PSA 10. And like I talked about with Anthony Davis just a few minutes ago, I know Hoops is not the most premium brand, but this is a true rookie in a Spurs uniform. And I think it could be a great investment as Kawhi comes back and resurrects the back end of his career post ACL tear. So the ACL is obviously a tricky injury, but it's very possible that he can come back to full strength this season. If he does, you're going to see instant return on investment. If he doesn't, you're definitely going to see return on investment next season, as Kawhi is a top 10 NBA player. Let's not forget it when healthy. Okay, now the last guy I want to take a look at is Ben Simmons. We haven't talked at all about Ben Simmons on this show. Ben Simmons has been covered on a lot of other shows that don't have anything to do with sports cards, so that's kind of why I haven't talked about Ben Simmons on this show. But I did want to just quickly make the point that the NBA trade deadline is looming, and we should see a lot of Ben Simmons news coming. And so before we start to see that news, I think it might be worth looking at his cards. And you have his most recognizable flagship rookie, the 2016 Prism base PSA 10 is pretty affordable. You should be able to get it for around $130 or less, which is a 25% dip from December to December. 25% dip in 1 week. Sold for $170 on December 22nd. Sold a week later for $127.50. So I would look into Ben Simmons cards. I think now is the time. I won't spend too much more time in this segment on Ben Simmons, but you do have a select premier level silver selling for a little bit more than the Prism in PSA 10 right now. You do have the Optic. I'm not a huge fan of the design of the Optic, but it's by far his least expensive investable rookie. So on the low end of the Ben Simmons market, if you wanted to get in and just dip your toe in the water, take a flyer on Ben Simmons, for $50 right now, you could have a PSA 10 Ben Simmons Optic rookie. And I could see that card easily doubling should he be traded and start showing up in the box score. All right, so graphs and charts brought to you by marketmoversapp.com. You can go there and you can save 20% using the promo code NOOFFSEASON, all lowercase. And then, of course, the write-ups, the research coming from the Sports Card Investment Report at nooffseason.com. Highly recommend that you check that out at nooffseason.com/invest. And if you actually want to refer people and make money, go to nooffseason.com/affiliates and sign up, and you will hear from me right away on basically making sure that you can refer people to the investment report, and you can make 30% of the revenue that you refer to the investment report. All right. Thanks again, everybody, for watching and listening to today's show. I am Paul Hickey with NoOffSeason.com. This has been the Sports Card Strategy Show, brought to you by MarketMoversApp.com by Sports Card Investor. Go there and save 20% on Market Movers app by using the promo code NOOFFSEASON, all lowercase. And don't forget that you can now make money off of our Sports Card Investment Report at NoOffSeason.com/invest. For anyone that you refer, you can earn 30% of the money that we collect from your referrals. To do this, to get started, go to nooffseason.com/affiliates. nooffseason.com/affiliates to start making money by helping refer people to our Sports Card Investment Report. Everybody, I'm Paul Hickey with nooffseason.com. Thanks again for listening to the Sports Card Strategy Show. Have a great day.